more time. Welcome to the Rugby 100 Club. I'm your host, Matt Courtright, and my co-host today is Paul Red Rum Byrdak. Hi, buddy.
That's me. Loudest voice in Chicago, probably.
Right? We were talking about that right before we started the show, how we're both just really, really loud fans.
Almost too loud.
Yeah, we do borderline that 100%. Oh, it's so funny because of it. Well, we're going to start this off and talk about the Nash Bash that myself and the Rugby Rant podcast, Rob Hammerschmidt and I are doing together. We're going to take over the Lost Patty Pub. And I went in and I got some pictures of the interior and then went in and put Rob and I there. Here we are, the Lost Patty Pub. This is actually the inside of the bar, so everybody gets an idea of what we're up to. You can see Rob and I sitting there looking like we're ready to put on a show. We'll actually be behind this on the stage, but you get an idea and make everybody feel joyful. But here we go. Let's, little intro action for everybody.
It's a movie. Red carpet, the lights going through me. Anytime I ride, it's the new me. Real diamonds on my neck, that's groovy. Flashing lights. All these things come to me. Dressing price. All my rings got weight to it. You feel that? You feel that?
Can't wait.
So excited, man. So excited. So today, brother, we're going through New England and Chicago roster, talking about what they bring to the table this season. And Paul worked his butt off to get ready for this podcast. So I'm really excited to participate as he goes through it. I'm going to give you guys pictures, and he's going to spit his lyrics. Let's go, buddy. We got the roster.
Now the Free Jacks, they've only won 3 straight championships. They've only been winning the Shield every year for the past 3 years. I've only been watching rugby for a year now, and the Free Jacks, from what I've heard, they just keep winning. And unfortunately for us, unfortunately for not Free Jack fans, fortunately for them, I don't know if it's going to stop this year. It might just keep going. They might win another one. I hope not. I think about, 70% of the league hopes that they don't, but there's a real shot that they do win another 4th straight championship. And this one will be in Chicago. So I'm really, really hoping that isn't the way this season goes.
You're so hoping for a home game for the championship. I see you, bud.
If you could say that again, for sure. I don't care if we could technically be the away team or the home team, but either way, it's in Chicago. So we're literally the home team regardless. Let's get started. Starting off with prop Kyle Sakara. Not bringing back that good old mullet that he's got. When he's on your team, you love the man, but when he's not on your team, you can't stand the dude because he loves his team. He loves his players. When his team wins, you know it. When his team wins, the other team knows it because he's just as loud as me and Matt. If you want to find a player who could probably out loud me and Matt, I bet you Kyle Sakara can, and I know for sure he can out-sing us because we've seen viral videos of this man singing, and trust me, he's got a solid singing voice. After this, we move on to Caleb Geiger. He's already won 3 Shields, 2 of them with the Free Jacks. He wasn't a part of the 2024 one. He left for a season. He's last played in 17 games last season, completing 140 tackles, and he's already got over 500 tackles in his career. He was also on the MLR Team of the Week twice last season, once in Week 1 and once in Week 7. This guy, he's consistent. He's in the way. He's a good ball carrier. He's a good tackler. One thing about the Free Jacks that you got to know, they tackle, and they tackle hard, and they don't miss tackles. And that's why they win games. When you make the other team play better than you, when you make the other team make mistakes, you're going to beat that team. And that's what the Free Jacks are best at. They make you make mistakes because they're so fundamental, and then they take advantage of said mistakes. After Caleb, you've got Pierce Van Dadelzen, 2024's Free Jack Rookie of the Year. He's also won the championship twice, once in 2024 and once in 2025, so he is a repeat champion, going for his third straight. He's a very good tackler. You'll find that with a lot of these Free Jacks. Awesome at tackling. 145 tackles in 15 games last season. And during the offseason, he actually played 9 games for Team Canada. And I don't know if you guys have been watching, but the World Baseball Classic, the Olympics have just been on. Being on your national team in the sport that you probably love, there's got to be no better feeling. I can't imagine playing on the U.S. team or even Poland. My parents are from Poland. I'd be cool with either or. Winning any games for your country would be the coolest feeling in the world. On from that, we move on to the loose forward, Joe Johnston, nicknamed the Mechanic. While the team was winning his second championship, he was actually in school in New Zealand, finishing up his degrees, finishing up getting smart, because being smart is also very important. Another, let me say it again, great tackler. It's going to be annoying how many times I say that this episode. In 2021, he was in 7th in the league in tackles with 195. In 2022, he was 7th with 220. And then in 2025, he had 224 tackles. Last season, this man, in 19 total games, including the playoffs, he had 224 tackles.
Wow.
That's about 11 a game. Absolutely nuts. These Free Jacks, they just get in the way. They bring you down. He was an all-MLR honorable mention in 2025. He's also won 2 championships, one in 23 and one in 25. And he's again, been in the top 10 in tackling for 3 seasons in his career. Now, moving on to the halfback spot. A little bit of competition for the Free Jacks here. They lost some firepower here over the past offseason, so we'll see what they do here. You've got Oscar Lennon, who's entering his 3rd year with the team, so he does have experience with the squad, but he has only played in 22 games. He's gotten 80 tackles and 39 points. And then there's Ethan McVeigh, who has spent 3 years in the league. He's also gone back to school during his career, and he has also played in 38 games, recording 136 tackles and recording 24 points. After that, you have final draft pick in the past draft class, the 2025 draft, Remy Thompson. It'll be his rookie year. He played in college in the UK last season, and before that, he actually won a national college rugby championship in 2023 with Notre Dame College in Ohio. Not the Fighting Irish that we all know from Indiana, but the Notre Dame College that is located in Ohio. He won the championship in 2023, and then in 2024 and 2025, he went to Wales to finish playing in college. After that, we move on to the fly halves and the fullbacks. We've got Joel Hodgson. The Free Jacks got another good one with Joel Hodgson. He played in 17 games with the Utah Warriors last season. He scored 7 tries and assisted on 9 tries. So 16 total tries he was essentially responsible for in 17 games. That's obviously almost 1 per game. Fantastic stat. He also made 81 tackles and was successful on 28 of his kicks. He was also named to MLR's All-MLR Second 15. So he was within the top 30 in players just last season. And this season, we could see him improve, or who knows, he can technically get worse, but he will most likely improve. In 2024, he was the 4th best MLR scorer with 111 points. In 2023, he recorded 122 points. And then last season, he only scored 114 points. Moving on to the center position, we've got Wayne Vanderbank. He has taken the ball to the bank 16 times in his career, 10 of those being in 2024 alone. See what I did there, the little bank to the bank thing. He also finished 6th in the MLR in tackling in 2024 with 187. Another awesome free jack tackler. Again, I'm going to get very annoying with that one. Safe to say Vanderbank in 2024 was quite incredible. He was the MLR Player of the Year in 2024. But in 2025, he did take a small step down. He only scored 1 try, only recorded 85 tackles. But if he can return to his 2024 form, the Free Jacks have another fantastic tackler and another hot guy who can score plenty of tries. Moving on from there is Max Lamont. He played in the Wales for the Parramatta Eels. He scored 2 tries in 4 appearances. He then moved to the Brisbane Tigers, scoring 16 tries in 22 games. He then moved to the Bradford Bulls, who play in England's second tier of rugby. He scored 6 tries in 12 games with that team, but then his team lost in the semifinals before season ending. He then moved to Australia, played for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, scoring 6 tries in 8 games, and is now making his move to the MLR. Will he continue to be a top scorer is what the Free Jacks really want to know. Because this guy has scored roughly 30 tries in about 40 games, which is kind of absurd. And that's with 4 different teams as well, meaning wherever he goes, he just puts the ball in the try zone and scores. He just keeps doing it. It's ridiculous, but that's what he does. I'm not sure if he's a good tackler, so I can't say that on this one. But I will say he can score tries, and that's the name of the game. You score more tries on the other team, you're probably going to win. Now, schedule-wise, the Free Jacks. Man, their schedule, obviously we only have 6 teams in the league, the Free Jacks being one of them. It's hard to find a hard game for them to play this year. Obviously, the Nash Bash Rugby Clash thing, whatever we want to call that, it's a long name. I like the name, but it's a long one. The Hounds are going to be tough. The Seawolves will probably be tough. But other than that, these Free Jacks might just look like they're playing with children in a couple of these games this year. If there's one team that can really go undefeated and really do a lot this year, it's probably the Free Jacks, and it pains me to say that because I really don't want to see them do that. I want to see the Hounds take them down. I want to see the Seattle Seawolves take them down. I want to see Old Glory take them down. I want to see Anthem take them down. I want to see Legion take them down. I want to see all 5 of these teams crush New England. I do not want to see them win any games. I would love for them to go 0-10. But is that realistic?
No.
Unfortunately, no, it's not. Matt, any words to say? Anything?
It's going to be one of the greatest seasons we've ever seen. Just because of the talent pool, just going down to nearly half of what we had last season. We're going to have some excellent players. I just hope everybody can get out of their heads and get on the pitch and play it out. It's going to be fun.
Most definitely. And that, like I said, I mentioned them earlier. The Chicago Hounds. Welcome to Dogtown, baby. This is my city. I love the Hounds. They're my favorite team. You'll hear me if you go to any games. I promise. I was formerly known as Murder Guy. Has now turned into Red Rum because children and don't want to say murder around kids. Fine. I've got one on the way, so I do have to fix my language. Fine. I'll stop saying murder. This will be my last time. Murder, baby. All right. Moving on. Let's go to the props in Chicago. We got Charlie Abel, fan favorite. Coaches the Southside Irish rugby team in a Chicagoland area. Awesome dude. He's a really cool guy to drink with. I've had a couple of beers with him. He's a big fan of Guinness. He likes his protein drinks, too. You can almost always see this man drinking a protein drink. But he's been on the team since the Hounds started. So he's been on the team since 2023. He's made 45 appearances with 2,338 total minutes, the equivalent to 30 full games, obviously over a couple of years, but still a lot of minutes under his legs. He played 13 games last season. That was his career high. He made 128 tackles just last season, almost 10 per game, and he scored in the playoff game against Old Glory last season. Awesome dude, awesome player, awesome on the field, awesome off the field. Has luscious locks. Love his hair. He's a beautiful man. What else can I say about Charlie Abel? Moving on. Let's go to what's up, Matt?
On social media for bench pressing some enormous amount of weight too, if I remember right.
Only 375 or 85 pounds, one of those two.
Buddy. And he comes from, like, we looked it up earlier, he comes from a family of rugby in general, right? Like, for example, his older brother, Robbie, was on the Maori All Blacks, to say the least of his resume. And he's helping coach Seattle right now, down in, South Africa right now at the moment. The only other family I can think of off the top of my head is the Tucker family, with 3 guys all playing rugby at the elite levels that they do. Pretty cool story. Sorry, I butted in there, but I can't help myself when I know something,
All good. It's very cool to see a family of three forwards, too. Those parents must have been pretty broke, feeding them as much as they had to be feeding them.
We think
all right.
At our time, yeah. Dude.
Moving on to the next guy. Let's go to Luke White. This man does not look like the type of guy you want to see in the middle of a road. He is a scary-looking dude. He's an awesome guy. Fantastic dude. But he is scary-looking. He coaches a rugby team in Chicago. Well, Lamont, not Chicago. People from Chicago would be upset that I called him Chicago, but people from Lamont would be happy I called him Chicago. When Lamont plays, Luke White coaches them. He debuted with the team in the very first Hounds match back in 2023, along with other players like Charlie Abel. He currently sits at 98 appearances in MLR. Maybe he makes it to 100 this year. Shouldn't take too long. Shouldn't be too hard. He's only 2 away. He should also see plenty of time in the forward group, in the forward position this season, as we lost a couple of forwards. And hopefully Luke White can get to that 100. Hopefully he can make it like 106, 108, maybe even make it to his first championship game that he actually appears in, and maybe take a shield. I'm going to say that a couple of times. Chicago Hounds, maybe take the shield. I hope so.
2 seconds. Now that I'm thinking about it, dude, wait a minute. He's at 98 is what you're saying.
Yes.
So wait a minute. That first game's a bye. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes. We start in week 2, technically.
Yeah. So wow. Okay. So he's gonna get his 100th playing Legion, California.
Maybe.
If he starts.
I think they hold him out in Carolina. I don't think he plays that game and he makes his 100th in Nashville.
That's what I'm wondering. We're on the same exact page. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Is he going to do his 100th in Nashville? That could be very, very exciting.
It could, but then you take it away from the Hound fans who can't make it to Nashville. So it's like there are perks and there are negatives to that same story playing.
They need to just get on a plane, come visit. That's what's up.
Or just drive. It's only about a 6-hour drive.
Yeah, I'll be doing at least that much driving. Actually, I'll be doing a lot more driving to get there myself from Charlotte. So yeah, totally.
All right. Moving on to the hooker spot. The spot of potential weakness for the Chicago Hounds. The spot of huge veteran leadership lost. Dylan Fawcett retired from the team, unfortunately. But that just means we have to move on. We have to move to the next best hooker that Chicago can offer. We've got guys in Thomas Beckerman, Theo Forey, and Jackson Zabirik. Thomas Beckerman formerly played for the Miami Sharks, so he does have MLR experience. He also plays the flanker position. He played 3 games at the flank last year, and he played 13 at the hooks last year. Last year, he also recorded 4 tries and 52 tackles. That's not bad for a player. He didn't really start for the teams that he played with in the past couple of years, but he can be that next hooker. Theo Forey, he's been playing pro rugby since 2019, mostly played overseas with the Queensland Reds, who were actually Chris Latham, Chicago Hounds coach, he actually spent some time there in his career, which is how I believe Theo Forey, or why Theo Forey is coming to Chicago. Could be wrong, but speculatively speaking, I think he's coming here to play with Chris Latham, or play under Chris Latham. And then there's Jackson Zabirik, who many of you fans know. Lots of frontline speed. This dude's fast when he gets an open field. He may not look fast, but he's got some wheels. But his line-out throws aren't great. So I'm a little bit worried that he'll likely be the starter, in my opinion. I hope he can correct those line-out throws because Dylan Fawcett was fantastic with the line-outs. He was great. Fawcett was great at everything. So it's hard to replace a guy like Fawcett. But we'll see what happens. He started his first game last season And he actually scored 2 tries in his first game last season. So if he scores 2 tries per game, I don't think Chicago fans are going to be too upset, regardless of how he plays. 2 tries a game is pretty darn good, if you ask me. He spent 284 minutes on the field last year. He made 58 tackles, 6 of them being dominant last season. Again, who's going to take that hooker spot? It could really be any of the 3, but the one that I think it'll be is Jackson Zabirak, just because he's got the most experience with the Hounds. He's also got just lots of talent. He's also very strong. He benched, I know we talked about Charlie Abel's bench the other day. Jackson Zabirak was benching, I think it was 435 the other day. That's it. Just 435, almost double what I can bench. That's it. Nuts. Yeah. It's absurd how strong some of these dudes are.
He was with the Raptors and then went to Seattle for the 24 championship right before it, as Seattle was running out of front rowers. He came to the rescue, went to the championship through that effort, and then went to Chicago. So he found a home in Chicago. He seems to be good. Hence, Chris Latham was the assistant coach when he was at Seattle. And then when Chris took over the helm, Jackson went with him. A couple other guys did too, but Jackson was one of the main ones.
More reason to think he may start at that hooker spot this season.
And
Moving on.
He is good. He is real good.
Moving on, we got Nathan Den Hoot. I like his last name. It almost looks like Den Hoot, which is how I think I'm going to pronounce it, but technically it is pronounced Den Hoot, kind of like an owl. He was formerly a Sabercat. Last season he was a Sabercat. He made it to the championship last year. Obviously lost. In 2021, he actually won the championship. And in 2025, he was actually the captain of the team that played in the championship but lost, the Houston Sabercats. He recorded 654 tackles in 74 MLR games over his career. He's got 220 line-out takes, 42 steals, and 7 tries. He's the three-time All MLR player, and he had 5 tries just last season. That one of those first-time All MLR players was 2025. So he's coming with a lot of skill, coming with a lot of talent. He may immediately become one of the captains in the locker room. Obviously, being on a new team, it's a little weird, but he may quickly become that veteran presence that the team needs. He may quickly get a voice in the locker room, especially with the loss of Dylan Fawcett. And he might just be a major, major impact for the Chicago Hounds this year. Very excited to see him play this year. Moving on, we go to the back row. Emmanuel Albert, teammate of former Nathan Den Hoot. So they'll be on the same team again this year, just on a different team this year. So it'll be different colors, but they're still on the same team as each other. He spent over 1,000 minutes on the field last year, and he had 206 tackles just last season, meaning he had 12 tackles per game. Crazy number. He completes 91% of his tackles over his career. And I don't know how much credit the forwards get for tackles. I don't know how much people recognize the fact that, like, even the guys who are big and not so pretty as your backs and not so fast as your backs and not as flashy as the backs, but those forwards, they deserve a whole lot of credit. A lot of things happen because those forwards make things happen. The forwards make mistakes happen because when a little guy gets hit by a big dude, he's scared to go into that next tackle. He does not want to get hit again by that same dude, that same guy who's a foot taller than him, has 60 to 70 pounds on him. This rugby game, there are small dudes playing, and there are huge dudes playing. And those huge dudes can really hurt the little dudes. Moving on, we got Lucas Rumble. I call him Rumball, but technically it is Rumble. Don't get him wrong. He had 15 starts in 2025, his first season as a captain for the Chicago Hounds. He had 152 tackles, 336 meters gained, and he beat 22 defenders with ball in hand just last season. He also had an astounding 25 tackles in the Eastern Conference Final. Against the Free Jacks last season in the playoffs, this man recorded 25 tackles. Just get your mind around that for a second. 25 tackles in 80 minutes of rugby. Crazy number. He was the first player to ever eclipse 1,000 tackles in his career. He's also known as one of the best breakdown merchants in the MLR. And he has won 10 turnovers in the breakdown last year, and he has won 60 over his MLR career. He's at 82 appearances and almost 7,500 minutes in this man's career. Lucas Rumble has a lot of experience. Great tackler, great player, great leader, awesome captain. He's got a lot of hustle, very hustle worth, just fantastic all-around player. Moving on, Michael Byrdak, another player who is still here from the first game of the Hounds' existence. He played in 12 games last season, starting in only 2 of them. He completed 279 of 281 passes, meaning 99% of his passes were completed passes. He spent 441 minutes on the pitch just last season. Great player. One of the like an under the radar fan favorite. A lot of people like Michael Byrdak. Good guy, good player. Maybe we'll see more of him this season. All I know is if we do see more, expect completed passes, because that's the name of his game.
Michael Byrdak to me, man, I have this memory of him, and it was I got to see him in Chicago. It was Houston, play against the Hounds, and he split his head open during the game. Got like 7 stitches. I might be wrong. It might be 9. It was enough. It was significant. And the next week, I got to see him up here in Seattle. Actually, 2 weeks. I got to see him up here in Seattle. And I was like, bro, how's the head doing? He's like, oh, great. I only have 2 stitches left.
Rugby players.
Dude, like, just a manimal. Just so good. He's a legend, man. He's a legend.
Rugby players are like hockey players. They get hurt in the middle of the game. They lose a tooth. They break something. They ain't coming off the pitch. Only if they have to.
Yep. So true.
Moving on, we got Chris Hilsenbeck. Oh, Chris Hilsenbeck. God, I love this guy too. I'm a Hounds fan. What else can I say? Chris Hilsenbeck, most famous probably for his unfortunate missed kick last season in the playoffs. Heartbreaking loss. It was rough seeing how the season ended last year. The Chicago curse found its next victim, and unfortunately, it was Chris Hilsenbeck. Hopefully, he can bounce back stronger than ever. Dude's fantastic. He's so good. I don't know if he missed many kicks in the regular season. He didn't miss many for sure. I don't know if he missed any. Dude was so good. He was so consistent, and just unfortunately, when the team needed him as much as we did, he just doinked it off the post. And nobody saw it happen except for the people that were there. Craziest part. It was just a black screen that we all saw. Moving on. Chris Hilsenbeck, 109 points in 2025 last season, 31 conversions, 14 penalties made, and a try scored. He is the Hounds season franchise leader in points, and he didn't even play a game until week 3. He had 12 starts and 15 appearances, recording over 1,000 minutes. 12 starts, 15 appearances, and a lot of points. Season leader in points for this franchise. That's crazy to say in only 15. It's only 15, which 16 is the normal season. But still, first season with the team, and he's already just scoring points for the Hounds. Moving on, we got Brock Webster. Championship game MVP. 2 assists in the championship game. Brock Webster, one of the best players in MLR last season. And he capped it off with a shield. Hopefully he can win back-to-back shields and win one with Chicago. 2 shields, 2 different teams, 2 seasons. That'd be pretty cool for Brock. 15 starts, 16 appearances, and saw 1,100 minutes last season. He was also an all-MLR honorable mention just last year. Moving on to the wings, we've got my 2 favorite players. I absolutely love these 2 guys, how much they hustle. Noel Brown and Peyton Wall. Noel Brown, Hounds' first ever draft pick back in 2023. Pretty cool to say that. Rookie year, he had 43 carries, recorded 523 meters, which is 12 meters per carry. He had 48 tackles in 2023. And then in 2025, He made 15 starts, 16 appearances, and late season, this dude balled. For the first 13 weeks, he was all right. No big deal. He was good, but not fantastic. But from 14 to the last season that the Hounds, or last week that the Hounds played, absolutely unreal. He had 7 line breaks, beating 13 defenders, and had 283 meters on only 35 carries. That's roughly 8 to 9 meters per carry, and that's in 5 games. Dude had a phenomenal end of the season, and last season he recorded 125 tackles. Dude's just an all-out hustler. Dude's going to run past you. He's going to catch up to you. You're not getting past Noah Brown more often than not. Noah Brown is a Hound. We love him. I think he loves us. We love Noah Brown. Great player. He was also a second-team All-MLR player just last season. Moving on, we got Peyton Wall, Rookie of the Year. Peyton Wall, Rookie of the MLR, Rookie of the Hounds, so on and so forth. He didn't even make his debut until week 12. Peyton Wall played in about 7 games and won Rookie of the Year. Peyton Wall ran for 94 meters in his first ever start on only 8 carries and beat 5 defenders in those 8 carries. In his second game, also had fantastic stats. He secured 2 line breaks, beat 6 defenders, and broke a pair of single-game franchise records in Week 15 against Carolina Anthem. He had 11 carries for 142 meters, single-game franchise record, while registering 11 beaten defenders and 5 clean breaks. He had 11 carries and 11 beaten defenders in that game, meaning whenever he touched the ball, there was at least 1 defender missing. That's nuts. The rookie year, Peyton Wall he's so good, and I cannot wait to see him improve. I got to see him in the D1 championship last season. It was unfair letting him play in that game just because the MLR experience that he has and just the fact that he's just as good as he is playing with just guys who play for fun and not a living. He had 7 appearances last season and won, again, the MLR Rookie of the Year, Peyton Wall. This Hounds team, if they can improve, they can't improve by a whole lot, but they can improve. They can win the championship, which they failed to get to last season, and that's the only real way they can improve. It's by winning the championship. This team is going to be so exciting to see play. They can win 7+ games. They can win 10+ games. They can win the Shield. That these 2 teams I covered today, the Free Jacks and the Hounds, they can take the Shield. I feel like they're the top 2 contenders, and then there's 4 other teams. Hopefully I'm wrong. Well, hopefully for the Hounds' sake I'm right, but hopefully for the other team's sake I'm wrong. Because obviously we want parity. Obviously we want to see all 6 teams succeed. We want to see all 6 teams win. But again, Hounds and Free Jacks, I think, is their league. Matt?
You know I want the Hounds. This is going to be a great game. They're going to come back together, bash each other out in Nashville, the Nash Bash. I don't know what else everybody else is calling it, but that's what I'm calling it. It's going to be a great game. It's definitely going to show you where they're at, and they're going to be a few games in each for the season. And I think it's going to be electric to watch. And let's not forget, everybody, come hang out with us. Come, check out what we're up to. We're going to do, we're both going to be there, Paul and I.
Heck yeah.
Rob's going to be there. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. Man, I just can't wait for everybody to get there, man. Just really, really want it. Should be a good time. Should be a good time.
Not should be. It will be. Regardless of what happens in the game, that weekend's going to be a blast. It's going to be a bunch of rugby people, and rugby people are awesome. All in the same place, all in the same bars, all at the same Nashville. Nashville's going to be great. The game's going to be great. The Hounds are going to win. It's going to be a whole lot of fun for everybody there. I highly recommend if you can fit it in your schedule. I'm flying in Saturday morning. I'm coming home Monday. You don't need to stay for a long time. My buddy's driving in Saturday night. He's leaving Sunday after the game. You don't need to spend a whole lot of time there, but I highly recommend trying to make it happen.
Oh, man. Can't say it better. Well, until next week, when we bring in, who are you bringing in next week?
It'll be Anthem against Legion. And just to bring this up, that's the Monday before the season starts. We only have 12 days, baby. 12 more days.
Woo, let's go, buddy. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Can't wait. Till then, see you next week.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our other videos at youtube.com/rugby100club.